What's going on, Tackle Warehouse fans? Jake here. In this week's episode of What's New at TW, we got a bunch of cool gear for you today. It is Wednesday, day before Thanksgiving. Hopefully everyone has a great Thanksgiving. We got Black Friday deals going on right now. I've had them going on for a large portion of November. Also, we have the Cyber Monday sale going on next week, so make sure you don't miss out on that. So let's get into some new products here. From OSP, this is the new Romance Top Water. Now it's your crawler style bait. Over the last, since I've worked here, these have gotten more and more popular, but I remember when the first one came out, or the first one I saw, we were like, what the heck is this thing? So what's cool about this bait, comes with two different sets of wings. So in the package, there is another set of wings in there. The ones that are installed, it's going to give you more aggressive kind of rolling action. The bait nearly rolls 180 degrees and just makes a ton of commotion on the water. But the other set of wings on there keeps it flatter on the surface and kind of just works back and forth. They're a much narrower set of wings, which is cool. They're giving you kind of two different actions in one bait. So, if there's more chop on the water, wind and waves and stuff like that, you might want to go with the more aggressive action. But if it's dead slick calm, early in the morning or something, late in the evening, you might want to tone down the action, have it a little bit more subtle. Bunch of great colors, some sticky sharp hooks. Does have a joint on there and a feathered treble just to help it move a little bit more. But a really cool crawler style top water there from OSP. The next one here is another interesting popper. I saw this one at ICAST actually. This is from Imakatsu. It is the MJ Pop. Now, what first caught my eye is that it's got a joint on it, so it's it has a little bit more action than just your standard popper. Large cut mouth, sprays a lot of water, and there's a few things that are just kind of small details I never really thought about. So they've put the line tie on the back hook on the bottom and not straight out the top. That helps slow this bait down a little bit more. And with that tail kind of hanging down, it helps slow the bait down a little bit more as well. So when you're popping it, it doesn't move as far forward as another popper. Keeps you in the strike zone a little bit longer. Just a small little detail. Some Teflon coated sticky sharp hooks on there. And again, some amazing colors from Imakatsu. Just a really cool little popper that I'm excited to try out. A couple from Megabass here. The first one here, just an extension of the mag draft lineup. So this is the 5-inch freestyle mag draft. So they came out with a 5-inch pretty recently, and now you have the freestyle version. So it's got the split belly on it, and it's got the top, the little top slot to hide the hook point. So you can rig these onto a screw lock style swim bait hook, but it is small enough. I feel like you can rig this onto a heavy jig head too if you want to really get this thing down, fish it really deep. So now just giving you all the options. If you want to run over the top of cover, you can get the regular mag draft with the harness hook on there. But if you want to run it through cover, or maybe you want to put it on a jig head, run it really deep, now you can do that with the freestyle option. Another new extension here. So the new iSlide 265. So big glide bait, it's a retuned version of the 262. So stabbed myself in the finger there with that super sharp hook. So they retuned the action on this bait and reweighted it so it does have a wider, smoother gliding action than before. Kind of an action that more people are trying to, that more people wanted. And but it is a 10-inch bait, 6.5 ounces. So if you're looking for that, that glide bait that's going to have really wide gliding action, the 265 Megabass iSlide, and I believe it comes in at like $95 or something like that. Really good deal. Comes with some. It's got the rotating hook hangers and some sticky, sharp treble hooks. As you can see, I barely touched that thing, and it nearly stuck through my finger. And some awesome colors as well. Soft plastic tail. Just gives a little bit more realism. Just really cool glide bait there from Megabass. All right, actually a bunch of really interesting soft plastics. The first one here from Hog Farmer, this is their utility worm. Straight tail style worm, but a million different things you can do with this. But they've kind of added a few small features, gonna make this just a great worm just to have in the box for a bunch of different applications. So heavy ribbed head section on there, that makes it a little bit more durable, a little bit easier to hide a hook point if you're rigging it on like a shaky head. It does have a section right here in the middle that is kind of an engine if you want to put it on like a Nico rig or a wacky rig. It's got a bulbous tail on there, but if you want to fish it like a Senko, you can just pinch the tail off and then you have a like a stick bait. So cool worm there from Hog Farmer, just a bait that you can do a bunch of different stuff with. Always have it in your tackle box. The next one, what I've been waiting to see for a long time from Missile Baits. This is the Missile Baits Shredder. It's got a lot of that missile bait scent on there, having a hard time hanging on to it. So we only have it in a few colors and the small 2.5 inch size. So the middle of it, it's kind of got a solid body, kind of like a worm in the middle, but it's got all this like skirt material hanging off of the side. And there's a few things you can do with it. So you can put it on a jig head and you can throw it like a minnow bait, and it's going to have a totally unique profile with all that skirt material kind of dancing around on there. But you can also put it on like a nose hook on a drop shot. And I think it's going to be one that that you kind of going to want to tinker with. Me specifically, maybe on like a little Texas rig with a pegged weight, and it would be like a perfectly weedless like a little swim jig or something. I'm just intrigued by it, something that's totally out there, a unique style bait that's unlike most of the stuff out there. You know, it's kind of like a hybrid, it's got like fat Ica skirting on it, but it's got like a minnow body in the middle. So just want to try a few different things with it. We only have a limited quantity of these, so if you want to try it out, get them while you can, because once they're out, we don't know when we're going to get more of them. I can get that scent off my fingers from the missile baits. And on some more scented baits here from Raid Japan. This one is the Bada Bada Craw. And not your typical craw bait either. To me, it kind of looks like, you know, the body almost looks like a horny toad, but it's got a lot of ribbing on it. And from what I've seen of this bait, really excels on like your free rig or like a drop shot. When it's sinking, once you hit the bottom and this thing hits the slack in the weight, it actually glides. So on a short drop shot or a free rig, once the weight hits, you know, this thing's going to glide around to the bottom. But when you're moving it, these feet have a really high pitch kicking action. So it moves really fast. You got all that secondary action from all the side appendages, heavy duty body, so you're not going to rip through a ton of them. And you're kind of getting multiple actions in one. You know, it's going to swim really good, and then once your weight hits, like even like a Carolina rig, once it stops, it's going to glide, and these tails aren't going to kick as much, and it's going to kind of be a little bit more subtle. And the last one here is the pillar. Now this is like an insect style bait, but when I've seen this one in the water, this one moves just moves incredible as well. So again, I think it's one that's really made for like a drop shot or a free rig. Really, you know, it's like a BFS style bait. But these claws, or I guess pinchers that are on the front, they've kind of move. They kind of move back and forth, and then it forces the rest of the body to move in like a slithering kind of snaking action. You know, it just doesn't move all together, and it's super, super soft and just kind of really thin plastic. So it really allows this bait to move and look super natural in the water. So if you're dealing with, you know, really clear water, really finicky fish, this thing looks alive when it goes into the water. Really cool little soft plastic there from Raid Japan. Now that I can get all that off, let's talk about some new boat accessories, or really trailer accessories from DD26. So everything DD26 makes is always the highest quality products. You know, it's always built to last a lifetime. So this first one is I forgot, it's like the step with the brush on it. So this one's actually made to mount on the side of your trailer. I was thinking about it. It's probably not, if you just launch at a normal boat launch and you're never getting out and getting into the mud or anything, probably don't want this on the side of your trailer. But maybe smaller crafts where you're doing, or places where you have to launch like not at a big giant concrete boat ramp, or like a duck boat, you know, you can get into the side of the boat and get all the mud off, or at least, you know, some of the mud off before you track it all into the boat. That's really cool, really handy to have that. And then this one, I believe most anglers are going to be pumped about this one. So this step actually mounts up to the front like in the tongue of your trailer, so like in between like the winch and like where the hitch goes. You mount this up. They've got all the mounting hardware included, so you can mount it to different size trailers and get it on there perfectly straight. But you know, especially if you're launching if you fish by yourself a lot and you're climbing up to the front of the boat and you're trying to winch the boat on, and you're not trying to stand on, you know, a piece of steel that wide and that's wet, you know, it's cold outside, could be ice on it. This gives you a big platform to stand on with the grip tape, and just seems convenient to have, especially if you do a lot of fishing by yourself and you're you know, putting the boat back on the trailer by yourself. Like I said, all the stuff from DD26, super high quality. You're not going to be upset when you get some of their products. All right, last up, some new apparel from Hook. We got a couple new rain suits, kind of both ends of the spectrum. We got a really light suit and a new heavy duty suit if that's what you're looking for. So the new the new Hook Storm 2.0, super lightweight. It's got, I believe this one's a 10K waterproof rating, but super lightweight, really breathable. There's a jacket and pants that go with it. Or there's two different pieces, but if you want to get the jacket and pants, but lightweight, packs down really well. You can store it in a boat compartment, keep it in your truck. Just something if you're in, you know, like a mild storm or just trying to keep boat waves and stuff off, that's a good option. But if you need a new rain suit for the season that you really want to use when it's storming outside, it's not going to keep, you know, you're not going to get, you don't want to get or keep off the water just because it's storming, or if you got a tournament and it's raining, you know, you're going anyway. The new Pro Series suit. So one, the colorway on this thing is really slick. This is a 3-layer Toray material, fully taped seam, so no water's getting inside this thing. And a couple of the features, you know, like waterproof zippers on it, on all the pockets, and then on the top here, there's actually a 2-way zipper, and you got the storm flap, really keep rain and moisture from getting in there. The hood on here, so you have the little cinches on the side, so you can really lock this hood down. And then small things like there's a little clip on the top of the hood that you can snap it onto the bill of your hat. I don't know why someone else hasn't thought of that before this, but that's a genius little feature right there. On the cuffs, you have the double cuff, so inside you have two Velcro cuffs on there, so you can really cinch those things down. No water's getting in there. You can reach into the lake, grab fish out, and water's not going to go up your sleeve. This one, so this is the jacket, but there are matching bibs to go with this as well. Has all the safety features like, you know, the kill switch tab things on there, all that stuff. So both of them, jacket and pants and or bibs if you're looking at that Pro Series, that new Pro Series jacket. That's going to wrap up today's episode of What's New at Tackle Warehouse. For more information or purchase any products seen here today, click shop or the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this week's video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments which one of these products you're most pumped about.